Mr. Richard had almost everything a man could dream of: money, luxury, a big family, but not the one thing he truly wished for: a son. He had 5 daughters, billions in the bank, and properties all over Nigeria, but no male child to carry his name. And now, with death slowly creeping closer, that empty space in his heart felt like a wound that refused to heal. His sickness came suddenly. One month he was walking into boardrooms, signing deals, making big decisions. The next month, his hands shook whenever he tried to hold a pen. His legs could barely carry him from the bedroom to the bathroom. The doctors said it was cancer, aggressive and unforgiving. They gave him 6 months to live, if he was lucky. His wife, Victoria, acted like the perfect, caring wife. She called the best doctors, arranged hospital visits, and held his hand in public. But behind closed doors, her eyes were cold and full of calculation. She had been waiting for this moment for years. When Mr. Richard became too weak to take care of himself, Victoria made a move. She said they needed someone to look after him at home. Someone to feed him, bathe him, and watch him slowly fade away. But she was smart about it. She didn't hire a trained nurse or a professional caregiver. That was too risky. Those people knew too much and asked too many questions. So she went looking for someone who was desperate and clueless. And that was how Gloria came into their lives. Gloria was just 22, fresh from Ajegunle, one of the poorest areas in Lagos. She had only been in the city for less than a year, living in a single room with her mother and 2 younger brothers. Her mother sold oranges by the roadside and barely earned enough for their next meal. So when Gloria heard about a housemaid job in a rich family's home, she jumped at it immediately. She had no training, no experience. She had never worked in a big house before, never served wealthy people, never even used some of the fancy appliances inside the Richard mansion. But she needed the money so badly that she lied during the interview and claimed she had worked for 2 other families. Victoria knew she was lying, and that was exactly what she wanted. "You will take care of my husband," Victoria told her on the first day. Her voice sounded sweet, but her eyes were sharp. "He is very sick. He cannot walk well. He cannot eat by himself. You will do everything for him. Do you understand?" "Yes, Ma," Gloria replied, grateful to have a job at all. "If anything happens to him," Victoria continued, leaning closer, "if he falls, if he chokes, if anything goes wrong, you will be responsible. Do you understand that too?" Gloria nodded, but a cold fear ran through her. She didn't understand why Mrs. Richard was saying all this, but she pushed the worry aside. Her family needed her. She couldn't afford to lose this job. The Richard mansion was huge, 10 bedrooms, a swimming pool, and shiny marble floors Gloria was scared to even walk on because she might slip and break something. The first time she saw Mr. Richard, he was sitting in his bedroom, staring out the window. He looked tired, older than his age, and completely defeated. "Good morning, sir," Gloria said softly. He turned to her with dull, tired eyes. "Who are you?" "My name is Gloria, sir. I'm here to help you." He nodded slowly and looked back out the window. That first day, Gloria realized how sick he really was. His hands trembled when she tried to feed him. He could barely stand without help. Sometimes, he just sat silently for hours, staring at nothing. But as days turned into weeks, something changed. Mr. Richard started talking to her. At first, it was little things like, "The food is good today," or "Thank you, Gloria." But soon their conversations became longer. He told her about his businesses, his life, and his regrets. And Gloria listened, because listening was all she knew how to do. She didn't judge him. She didn't see him as billions of naira, like others did. She just saw a sick, lonely man who needed kindness. And for Mr. Richard, that meant everything. One evening after dinner, he gently held her hand. "Gloria," he whispered, "do you know what it feels like to have everything and nothing at the same time?" She shook her head, confused. "I have 5 daughters," he continued, eyes distant. "Vanessa, Sophie, Ruth, Cynthia, and Nora. All girls. Beautiful girls. But I have no son." Gloria didn't know what to say, so she stayed quiet. "My father told me before he died that a man without a son is not complete. I didn't understand it then, but now I do. When I die, everything I built will scatter. My name will disappear. no one will continue what I started." Tears filled his eyes. Gloria felt her heart break for him. "The doctor said I have a few months left," Mr. Richard whispered. "Maybe less. I have one wish, Gloria. Just one. I want a son before I die." Gloria froze. Her breath caught in her throat. She slowly pulled her hand back. "Sir, I know it sounds crazy," he interrupted quickly. "I know I'm asking for something impossible. But you're the only person in this house who treats me like a human being. Everyone else is just waiting for me to die." Gloria stood up, mind spinning. She didn't know what to think. This man was offering her something that could change her life, or destroy it. But before you understand what happens next, you need to know the people around Mr. Richard. The family that should have loved him but only loved his money. Victoria Richard was a snake in designer clothes. For 25 years, she pretended to be the perfect wife while secretly counting the days until she could take everything. She gave him 5 daughters, not out of love, but because each child gave her more power over his accounts and his companies. Now that he was dying, her plan was finally forming. Hire a clueless maid, wait for something to go wrong, and blame the poor girl when her husband finally passed. The police would believe her. Who questions a crying widow? Then there were the daughters, each one more selfish than the last. Vanessa, the oldest at 28, had a boyfriend named Kelvin who poisoned her mind every night. "When is the old man going to die?" he would ask over the phone. "We've planned this for 2 years. Once he's gone, we take the money and move to Cyprus. I already found the perfect mansion." Vanessa always agreed, ignoring the small voice telling her it was wrong. Sophie, 26, cared only about Instagram likes and blog mentions. She spent hours taking photos and posting stories. In her mind, her father's death would make her famous. Headlines would read, "Billionaire's daughter inherits fortune." Gossip blogs all over Nigeria would talk about her. That was her dream. Ruth, 24, was her mother's shadow. Whatever Victoria said, Ruth supported. Whatever Victoria planned, Ruth pushed forward. She believed loyalty to power was more important than loyalty to family. Her father meant nothing to her. Only winning mattered. Cynthia, 22, had her own wild plan. She wanted to destroy her father's real estate empire and replace it with a wig and nail business. She thought she would be the next big entrepreneur. She couldn't wait to take over and ruin everything so she could build her silly dream. And then Nora, the youngest at 20, was dying too. Stage 4 cancer had stolen her youth, her strength, and her entire future. But even as death got closer, Nora still wanted money. She convinced herself that if she had enough cash, she could buy some miracle medicine from overseas, something that would save her life, even though the doctors already said there was no hope. In her mind, hope and denial had become the same thing. None of them loved Mr. Richard. Not really. They were all just waiting for him to die. And now there was Gloria, a poor girl from Ajegunle, standing in the middle of a mansion full of vultures, being asked by a dying billionaire to give him the one thing his money could never buy, a son. Gloria tried her best, but Chief Richard could see the truth. She had no idea what she was doing. The first week was a complete disaster. She burned his breakfast twice. She gave him his medication at the wrong time. And when she tried to help him walk to the bathroom, they almost fell because she didn't know how to hold his weight properly. Any other employer would have fired her immediately. But there was something about Gloria that stopped Chief Richard from getting angry. She put her whole heart into everything, even when she messed up. When she burned the eggs, she apologized so sincerely that he couldn't stay upset. When she mixed up his pills, she cried and promised to write everything down so it wouldn't happen again. And she kept her promise. She created a notebook with times and dosages, checking it every few hours like her life depended on it. She was decent. She was respectful. She never complained. Even when the work became too much and her hands were sore from cleaning. She didn't grumble about the long hours or ask for days off. She just worked quietly and tirelessly, trying hard to prove she deserved the job. Slowly, Chief Richard began to rely on her, not because she was skilled, but because she genuinely cared. And in a house full of people who wanted him gone, that small act of kindness meant everything. The more time he spent with Gloria, the more he looked forward to seeing her. When she walked into his room every morning, his day felt lighter. When she sat beside him to feed him lunch, he would ask her questions just to make her stay longer. For the first time in years, someone in his house made him feel human again. But his daughters noticed this, and they didn't like it one bit. Vanessa was the first to start trouble. One afternoon, while Gloria was cleaning Mr. Richard's room, Vanessa called out from the living room, "Gloria, come here." Gloria rushed downstairs, worried something had happened. "Yes, Ma." Vanessa was lying on the sofa, scrolling on her phone. She didn't even look up. "Get me the remote." Gloria looked around and saw the remote sitting right beside Vanessa's hand. "Ma, it's right there beside you. I said get it for me." Vanessa's voice was sharp, daring Gloria to argue. Gloria swallowed her pride, picked up the remote, and gave it to her. Vanessa snatched it without saying thank you, then waved her away like she was chasing a fly. And this became a habit. Vanessa made Gloria do silly little tasks like closing the curtains, bringing water, even though the kitchen was 5 steps away, adjusting the AC remote, opening and closing doors. One day, while talking to Kelvin on the phone, Vanessa snapped her fingers at Gloria and pointed at the door. Gloria stood there confused until Vanessa covered the phone and hissed, "Close the door. Are you blind?" Gloria quietly closed the door and walked away, her chest tight with embarrassment. Sophie was worse. She spent all day making Instagram and TikTok content, dancing in front of ring lights, changing outfits, filming videos. Whenever Gloria passed her room, Sophie would call her in. "Gloria, set up my lights. They're not bright enough." Gloria would adjust the lights exactly the way she wanted. 5 minutes later, Sophie would call again. "This is still wrong. Do it again." Sometimes she made Gloria set up the lights 3 or 4 times just because she wanted to. Once, Sophie asked Gloria to clean her ring lights even though they were already spotless. Gloria cleaned them carefully, but Sophie inspected them and said, "You missed a spot. Clean it again." Gloria cleaned them again without complaining. Ruth's own style of wickedness was different. She would send Gloria to make tea for her mother. 2 spoons of sugar, not too hot, she would say. But whenever Gloria brought the tea, Victoria would take 1 sip and slap the cup out of her hand. "This is too sweet. Are you trying to kill me?" The hot tea would spill all over the floor, sometimes even on Gloria's legs. Ruth would stand in the doorway, smirking in satisfaction. "Clean it up," Victoria would say coldly, "and don't let it happen again." Gloria would kneel down and clean the mess, biting her lip to hold back tears. She knew she made the tea exactly the way she was told. She knew it was all deliberate cruelty, but she needed the job. Cynthia, the second-to-last daughter, was the cruelest of all. She never missed a chance to insult Gloria, especially in front of her father. One evening, while Gloria was feeding Chief Richard, Cynthia walked in and wrinkled her nose like she smelled something disgusting. "Daddy, why is this girl always around you? She's probably a gold digger. You know girls from Ajegunle, they're always looking for rich men to trap." "Cynthia, that's enough," Chief Richard frowned. "I'm just saying what everyone is thinking," she continued. "She's too friendly with you, Daddy. It's suspicious." Gloria kept her eyes on the bowl, her hands shaking. She wanted to defend herself, but the words wouldn't come out. "Leave us," Chief Richard said quietly. Cynthia shrugged and left, but the damage was done. After that, she made sure to call Gloria terrible names whenever she could. Gold digger, runs girl, husband snatcher. Each insult felt like a knife cutting deeper. And then there was Nora, the youngest and the sickest. She stayed in her room most days, too weak to move. Cancer was eating her alive, and everyone knew it. But even in her suffering, Nora still found a way to make Gloria's life harder. She vomited almost every day. The chemotherapy made her sick, and she struggled to keep food down. Whenever it happened, she called only Gloria, not the other lazy maids. "Gloria, I threw up again. Clean it." Gloria would come in with a bucket and towels, wiping the mess without complaining. The smell made her want to gag, but she held her breath and worked fast. Nora never thanked her. She just closed her eyes and waited for Gloria to finish. It didn't matter that there were other maids in the house. Everything fell on Gloria. Cooking, cleaning, taking care of Chief Richard, running errands for the daughters. She worked from 5 a.m. until midnight, barely stopping to eat. Her body ached constantly. Her hands were rough from scrubbing. She hadn't visited her mother in 3 weeks. But she couldn't quit. Her family needed the money too much. One night, after finishing all her chores, Gloria finally had time to bathe. The hot water felt like heaven on her tired muscles. She washed quickly and wore a simple nightgown. Her hair was still damp when she knocked on Chief Richard's door to give him his night medication. "Come in," he said weakly. She entered with the pills and a glass of water. He was sitting up in bed, staring at her with an expression she didn't understand. "Your medication, sir," Gloria said softly. He took the pills, but instead of giving back the glass, he held on to it and looked at her for a long moment. "Sit down," he said, patting the bed. Gloria hesitated. "Sir, I should go. It's late, Anne. Please, just for a few minutes." She sat gently at the edge of the bed. "How did you end up here, Gloria?" he asked suddenly. "Working in my house like this? You're young. You should be in school. You should be enjoying your life." Gloria's throat tightened. Nobody had ever asked her that before. "I'm still in school, sir. University. But I had to pause because my family can't afford the fees anymore. My mother sells oranges by the roadside, but it's never enough. My brothers dropped out of secondary school. This job, it's the only way I can help them." Chief Richard nodded, sadness in his eyes. "So you're doing all this for them?" "Yes, sir," she whispered. "I know I'm not the best maid. I know I make mistakes, but I'm trying. I just need this job. Please don't fire me." "Fire you?" Chief Richard shook his head. "Gloria, you're the only person in this house who treats me like I matter. Do you know that? My wife can't spend more than 5 minutes with me. My daughters look at me like I'm already dead. But you care." Gloria didn't know what to say. Tears stung her eyes. "You're beautiful, Gloria," he continued softly. "Not just outside. Your heart is beautiful. And I'm sorry my family treats you the way they do." Gloria looked down, her heart pounding. Something was shifting between them, something dangerous and confusing. But in that quiet room, with moonlight coming in through the window, they understood each other in a way nobody else did. Chief Richard wasn't foolish. He saw everything. He saw the insults, the cruelty, the way they worked Gloria like a slave, then laughed about it. And even though his body was weak and he didn't have much time left, he was still the man who built an empire. He was still the head of the family. One morning, he called for a family meeting. Victoria walked into the living room with a fake smile. The daughters followed behind her, dressed in expensive clothes with uninterested expressions. They didn't know what was coming. Chief Richard sat in his wheelchair at the head of the room, Gloria standing quietly behind him. His hands trembled, but his eyes were sharp. "I called you all here because we need to talk." "About what, Daddy?" Sophie asked, not looking up from her phone. "About Gloria." Silence filled the room. All eyes turned to the young maid. "What about her?" Victoria asked coldly. "I know what you all have been doing," Chief Richard said. "I see how you treat her, sending her on useless errands, making her do the work of 10 people, insulting her every chance you get. It stops today." Vanessa scoffed. "Daddy, she's a maid. That's her job. She works." "She is not your slave," Chief Richard snapped. "From today, none of you will give her instructions. None of you will send her on your stupid errands. She is here to take care of me, not to serve you." Cynthia laughed. "So now the maid is special?" "Yes," Chief Richard said without hesitation. "She is special to me. And if any of you touch her or harm her in any way, forget about getting a single naira from my will." The room exploded. "You can't be serious," Ruth shouted. "This girl has bewitched you." Victoria pointed at Gloria. "What did you do to my husband?" "I didn't do anything, Ma," Gloria whispered. "Liar." Victoria moved toward her, but Chief Richard raised his hand. "Sit down, Victoria. All of you. Sit down." Nobody moved. They all stared at him like he had gone mad. I am old, he said, voice cracking. I am weak. But I am still the man who built everything you enjoy. This house, your cars, your lifestyle. It all came from me. And I will not let you torture the one person who treats me with kindness. If you can't accept that, leave my house. No one moved. Finally, Victoria sat down, her jaw tight. The daughters followed, burning with anger. After the meeting, Gloria tried to thank Chief Richard, but he waved her off. You don't need to thank me, Gloria. I should have done this earlier. But the damage was done. The family hated her even more now. And this was only the beginning. Over the next few weeks, Chief Richard began teaching Gloria things he had never shared with anyone. He told her about his business empire, about the properties he owned in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. He explained how real estate worked, how he made his first million, the mistakes he made, and the lessons he learned along the way. Gloria listened carefully. She didn't go to university, but she was smart, very smart. Her WAEC and NICO results proved that. 9 distinctions in WAEC. Straight A's in NICO. She had a gift for learning, for understanding business, numbers, and strategy. All she lacked was money and opportunity. Chief Richard saw that potential in her eyes. You could run this empire, you know, he told her one evening. If you had the right training, you could manage everything I built. Gloria laughed shyly. Sir, I'm just a maid. I don't know anything about business. You know more than my daughters, Chief Richard said bitterly. All they care about is spending money, not making it. You understand struggle. You understand hard work. That is worth more than any degree. Gloria felt a warm feeling spread in her chest. For the first time in her life, someone truly believed in her. Someone saw her as more than just a poor girl from Ajegunle. And slowly, without even knowing when it started, she was beginning to care about Chief Richard too. Not because of his money, not because of what he could give her, but because he was kind to her when nobody else was. Because around him, she felt like a human being, not a servant. One night, after she gave him his medication, Chief Richard gently took her hand. Gloria, I need to tell you something. My dying wish. She sat down beside him, her heart beating fast. I want a son, he said quietly. Before I die, I want to hold a male child in my arms. Someone who will carry my name, my blood. Someone who will inherit everything I built. Gloria pulled her hand away, eyes wide. Sir, I can't. I know what I am asking. Chief Richard cut in. I know how it sounds. But Gloria, you are the only person I trust. My wife wants me dead. My daughters are just waiting to share my money like vultures. But you care about me. And I care about you. Your wife will kill me, Gloria whispered, fear creeping into her voice. If she finds out anything happened between us, she will destroy me. She will not touch you. I will protect you. How? Gloria's voice cracked. You are sick, sir. You cannot even walk without help. How will you protect me from them? Chief Richard was quiet for a long moment. Then he spoke, his voice heavy with reality. You're right. I am weak. But my money is not. My lawyers are not. And if you give me this one thing, I will make sure you and your family are taken care of for life. I will put it in writing. I will make it legal. You will never have to struggle again. Gloria stood up and started pacing the room. Her head was spinning. This was madness. This was dangerous. But when she thought about her mother selling oranges under the hot sun, her brothers who had dropped out of school, the tiny single room they all shared in Ajegunle, she felt something inside her break. Why do you need a son so badly? She finally asked. Chief Richard closed his eyes. Because the women in this house do not deserve what I built. They did not work for it. They did not sacrifice for it. All they ever did was wait for me to die. But a son would carry my legacy. A son would make sure my name does not disappear. It was a selfish reason. Gloria knew that. But she also understood it. In a world where people only value you for what you can give them, Chief Richard just wanted someone to remember him. I need time to think, Gloria said quietly. Take all the time you need. But time was the one thing they didn't really have. 3 days later, Gloria gave him her answer. Yes. That night changed everything. Weeks passed. At first, no one suspected anything. But then Gloria started feeling sick. In the mornings, she would rush to the bathroom and throw up, her stomach twisting in knots. She tried to hide it, tried to convince herself it was stress or bad food, but the signs were too clear. Ruth was the first to notice. As Victoria's loyal spy, she always watched Gloria closely, waiting for anything she could use against her. One morning, she heard Gloria vomiting in the bathroom and ran straight to her mother. "Mommy, I think Gloria is pregnant." Victoria's eyes flew open. "What?" "I heard her vomiting this morning, and she has been tired lately, sleeping more than usual. I'm telling you, that girl is carrying a baby." Victoria's face twisted with rage. "If what you are saying is true, then she has been sleeping with my husband. That little witch has been living in my house, eating my food, and sleeping with my dying husband. What are we going to do?" Ruth asked, excited by the drama. "First we confirm it. Then we deal with her." The next day, Victoria forced Gloria to take a pregnancy test. Gloria had no choice. She went to the pharmacy, bought the test, and locked herself in the bathroom. When she saw the 2 lines appear, her hands shook so much she almost dropped it. Positive. She was carrying Chief Richard's child. When Victoria saw the result, she lost control. She grabbed Gloria by the arm and dragged her into the living room where all the daughters were seated. "Look at this," Victoria screamed, waving the test. "This girl is pregnant. She has been sleeping with your dying father, and now she wants to bring a bastard into this family to share your inheritance." The daughters erupted. Vanessa called her a homewrecker. Sophie recorded everything on her phone, already thinking of how to use this scandal for attention online. Cynthia spat at Gloria's feet. Even Nora, as weak as she was, looked at Gloria with pure hatred. "You are a disgrace," Victoria hissed. "You came into my house as a maid and tried to steal my husband. Let me tell you something, girl. That baby you're carrying will never see a single naira. I will make sure of it." Before Gloria could say a word, the sound of a wheelchair rolling into the room silenced everyone. Chief Richard appeared in the doorway, his face pale, but his eyes burning with anger. "What is going on here?" he demanded. "Your precious maid is pregnant," Victoria shouted. "She has been sneaking into your bed, and now she thinks she can trap you with a baby." Chief Richard looked at Gloria, then at his wife, then at his daughters. He took a deep breath. "Yes," he said calmly. "The baby is mine." The whole room went silent. "I asked Gloria to carry my child," he continued. "She did not seduce me. She did not trap me. I begged her, and she agreed because she has a kind heart, something none of you have." Victoria looked like she was about to faint. "You did this on purpose," she whispered. "Yes," Chief Richard replied, "because I wanted a son. And now, God willing, I will have one." "You are insane," Victoria said quietly. "Maybe," Chief Richard answered, rolling his wheelchair forward. "But I am still the head of this family, and you all know what I am capable of. So let me make this very clear. If anyone touches Gloria, if anyone harms her or that baby, I will cut you out of my will completely. Every single one of you. Try me." He looked each of them in the eye, daring them to challenge him. Nobody moved, but the hatred in their eyes was clear. From that moment on, Gloria was no longer just a maid. She was an enemy, and Victoria Richard, along with her 5 daughters, each began planning their revenge. Gloria was terrified. Every step she took in that house felt like walking through a minefield. Every corner she turned, she expected someone to jump out and attack her. The pregnancy was only 3 weeks old, barely anything to see, but the danger was already very real. She could feel it in the way Victoria stared at her like she wanted to kill her. She could see it in the way the daughters whispered whenever she walked past. One night, after everyone went to bed, Gloria quietly slipped into Chief Richard's room. Her hands were shaking. "Sir, I cannot stay here," she whispered urgently. "I am scared. These people want me dead. I can feel it." Chief Richard looked at her, worry etched into his tired face. He wanted to protect her, but what could he do? He was trapped in a wheelchair, slowly dying, barely able to lift a glass of water without help. And the baby was just 3 weeks old. They didn't even know yet if it was a boy or a girl. But he loved Gloria. That much he knew. Boy or girl, he would protect this child. He would protect her. "Give me a few days," Chief Richard said quietly. "I will figure something out." 3 days later, he called Gloria back into his room. His eyes were firm now, like he had made a decision he could never undo. "You are leaving Nigeria," he said. Gloria's eyes widened. "What?" "I am sending you abroad somewhere safe. You will stay there for 9 months, have the baby in peace, and come back when it is safe. If you stay in this house, Gloria, you will not survive. I know my family. They are capable of terrible things." "But sir..." "No arguments. I have already made arrangements. My private jet will take you. I will send money every month for your upkeep. You will have the best doctors, the best care. Just trust me." Gloria wanted to cry. She wanted to thank him, but the words wouldn't come. All she could do was nod. But Chief Richard didn't know that Victoria had been listening to everything. After finding out about Gloria's pregnancy, Victoria had planted a small voice recorder in her husband's room. Every night while he slept, the device recorded every word, every plan, every secret. In the morning, Victoria would collect it, listen carefully and take notes, planning her next move. When she heard about the plan to send Gloria abroad, she smiled, a cold, wicked smile. She went straight to Ruth. "Your father is sending that girl out of the country," Victoria said, her voice low and dangerous. "He thinks he can hide her from us, but we are going to stop him." Ruth's eyes lit up with excitement. "How?" "Leave that to me. But first, make sure your sisters know what is happening. We all need to be ready." Ruth had one big problem. She could not keep a secret. Her mouth was like a broken tap, always running. Within hours, she had told Vanessa, Sophie, Cynthia, and even Nora. The whole house knew, and each one of them started forming their own plan. Victoria made the first move. She was smart, calculated, and ruthless. If Gloria was going to leave the country, she would need documents. A passport, birth certificate, national ID number. Without those, she wasn't going anywhere. Victoria made some calls. She knew dangerous people. People who did dirty jobs for money. Within 2 days, a group of men arrived at Gloria's family home in Ajegunle. Gloria's mother was outside selling oranges when they came. They didn't beat anyone. They didn't say much. They just entered the small room where Gloria's family lived, searched everywhere, and took every important document they could find. Birth certificates, school records, Gloria's NIN card, her old passport, everything. When Gloria's mother came home and saw the scattered papers and the missing documents, she called Gloria immediately, her voice shaking with fear. "Gloria," people came to the house. "They took all your papers, everything. Who did you offend?" Gloria felt her stomach drop. She knew exactly who was behind it. When she told Chief Richard, he clenched his fists in anger. Even though he was weak, anger still burned in Chief Richard's eyes. "Don't worry," he said through clenched teeth. "I'll call my people. We'll get you new documents. They can't stop us." But that was exactly what Victoria wanted. She wanted him busy making calls, fixing problems. Because while he was distracted, the real attack was coming. Vanessa took everything personally. Out of all the daughters, she cared the most about her father's money, because of Kelvin. Her scammer boyfriend had been pressuring her every day. When is he going to die? When do we get the money? Vanessa could not allow some maid from Ajegunle to ruin her plans. So she hired her own group of men, not to steal documents, but to do something far worse. On the day Gloria was supposed to go to the airport, Vanessa planned for those men to intercept her. They would block the car, drag Gloria out, and make her disappear. Quick, clean, silent. And Vanessa would act shocked when the police came asking questions. But Chief Richard wasn't a fool. He had been in business for 30 years. He knew how snakes moved. He knew how to think 10 steps ahead. So he announced a fake travel date. He told everyone that Gloria would be leaving on Friday afternoon. He made a big show of it, loud enough for the whole house to hear. He even had one of his drivers prepare the car outside where everyone could see it. But the real plan was different. Late Thursday night, When the mansion was dark and silent, Chief Richard sent Gloria a text. "Leave now. Don't tell anyone. Go to the back gate. My driver is waiting." Gloria read it, her heart beating so loud she thought someone might hear. She packed only what she needed, wore a simple dress, and sneaked out of her room like a thief. The house was quiet, too quiet. Every tiny sound made her freeze. Every shadow made her jump. But she kept going, step by step, until she reached the back gate. A black car was waiting, engine running. The driver opened the door without saying a word. Gloria climbed in. As they drove away, she looked back at the mansion one last time, her hand resting gently on her stomach. By sunrise, Gloria was at a private airstrip, boarding Chief Richard jet. No commercial airport. No records. Just a fast, silent escape. The plane took off at dawn, slicing through the clouds and carrying Gloria far away from the hell she had been living in. Back at the mansion, Victoria woke up early Friday morning, excited to see her plan work. She positioned Ruth near the gate to watch for Gloria. Vanessa's hired men were already on the road waiting to attack. But morning passed, then afternoon, and Gloria didn't come downstairs. Victoria felt something twist inside her. She went upstairs and banged on Gloria's door. No answer. She pushed it open. The room was empty. The bed was neatly made. Her belongings were gone. Victoria's face turned bright red. "Where is SHE?" she screamed. Her daughters rushed in. They searched everywhere, kitchen, garage, backyard. Nothing. Gloria was gone. "She played us," Sophie said, staring at her phone. "That girl actually escaped." Vanessa called her hired men, panic in her voice. "Did you see her? Did she leave the house?" "No one came out, Ma," they replied. "We've been watching since yesterday." Victoria wanted to break the entire house. She had been outsmarted by a dying man in a wheelchair. The humiliation burned deeper than the anger. But Chief Richard still wasn't finished. While Gloria was safe overseas, recovering, eating well, sleeping peacefully, and adjusting to her new life, Chief Richard made another call. He called his lawyer of 20 years, a man who knew how to keep secrets. "I need you to draft a new will," Chief Richard said, voice weak but steady. "When I die, Victoria will get part of the business. Just enough to live well. But 80% of everything I own goes into a trust fund for my son." "Your son?" the lawyer asked, confused. "He's not born yet," Chief Richard replied. "But he will be. And when he turns 18, everything becomes his. The properties, the companies, the investments, everything. Make it airtight. Make it impossible for anyone to break." The lawyer paused, processing the news. Then he said, "Consider it done, Chief." 9 months later, in a quiet overseas hospital, Gloria gave birth. The baby came out crying, healthy and strong. The doctor smiled. "Congratulations. It's a boy." Gloria held her son and cried, not from pain, but from relief, joy, and the weight of everything she had survived. And what about Victoria and her daughters? When they eventually discovered the truth about the baby boy, what would they do? Would they accept they had been defeated? Or would their rage push them into doing something even more dangerous? The war was far from over. The real battle had only just begun. If you want to know what happened next, if you want to find out whether Chief Richard lived long enough to see his son, or if Gloria returned home to face the vultures waiting in that mansion, then make sure you subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that subscribe button. Did you enjoy the story? Which city are you listening from? Tell me in the comments. Thank you for your sweet support. Can't wait to read your thoughts. On the screen, you'll see 2 new life stories I highly recommend. There's so much more on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next life story. With love and respect.